back to this Nerds on Fire podcast. I'm your host, Brian, and this is episode 2. So if you guys watched episode 1, obviously I'm starting to do this every Thursday, hopefully to have them up by Friday, at the latest Saturday. So this week's episode, we're going to kind of dive a little deep into some other stuff. This weekend is obviously UFC 299 and also Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou. So question is, what are you guys watching? And are you going to watch the boxing match? Or are you going to watch the UFC card? I am going to try to change between both. I'm super excited to watch this UFC card. It is stacked. Obviously, I think this card might be a little bit better than UFC 300. I think 300 is just, they oversold. And they're trying to get as much fights as they possibly can under one card. And some of the fights weren't even wanted by the fans. But I mean, we're not Dana, we're not Hunter, so it's kind of one of those things where you kind of have to just roll with the punches. And obviously, it's going to be a great fight, great card. But I think 299 stacking up to be the better looking card right now. Obviously, Sugar Sean O'Malley and Chito Vera, the highlight of this entire card. It's a grudge match. Obviously, Chito Vera won their first fight a couple of years ago. Chito Vera kind of just demonstrated dominance, but there was also an injury that happened to Sean, and it's like a freak injury with a nerve issue where he got kicked. So hopefully this time around we're not going to get the same situation where we're dealing with Sean getting hurt and the fight's over, 5 minutes into the fight. But I'm most excited about that one. Dustin Poirier is fighting against Saint Denis, which Special Forces, France Special Forces dude. And this guy is destroying people. 7 straight wins in the UFC. He's been choking people the fuck out, like more than people would expect from another fighter. So Dustin's kind of walking into the lion's den. Obviously, Saint Denis is 28 years old. Dustin's up there. He's a legend. But look, I'm going to be just completely honest with you guys. This fight, I didn't even want this fight for Dustin. This fight is dangerous. But also Saint Denis is a weathered fighter too. Like, if you get him into the later rounds 2 and 3, even 4, he starts to, he's gassed. So this fight could go either way. Obviously, Michael Venom Page and Kevin Holland are on this card. Like I said, this card is stacked, and I'm excited. So at the end of this episode, I'll go ahead and pick who I think is going to win these matches and kind of see if that lines up and I'm right. But the other stuff I wanted to talk about in video game news, obviously Microsoft just had like this kind of press conference / announcement. A bunch of like studios got together and they did a 40-minute presentation on their partnerships with newer games that are going to be coming out. Some of the games look really cool. And then some of the games some are for PC. Like the one that I was most interested in was for PC, and it's going to be a PC only, which was Snowpunk. That game looks sick. Graphically, that game just looked amazing. So shitty news on that. That's just going to PC. Microsoft's been doing that a lot lately, but also Microsoft has been doing a lot of saving grace situations here. Like they just put out a bunch of stuff online in regards to the games that they for Game Pass. So from my understanding, they put out the entire collection of, I forgot what fucking game it was. Bear with me. I'm looking at the Game Pass situation here, and they released it. But yeah, I just don't even know what the fuck I'm looking for at this point now. I just saw it on my screen too. This is fucking ridiculous. Um, well, good job, Brian. You fucking dipshit. I don't even see what it was. Now I just feel stupid because it was on my screen and now, I lost it. That's weird. Well, hey, I mean, I'm sure that I'm gonna find it here. I'm gonna find it right now, actually. I'm not gonna find it. They did put Persona 3 on here. Resident Evil 3 is on here now. Man Eater, Dead Island 2, which is a game that I played on PlayStation and did not know that it was going to be coming to Xbox. So a lot of the stuff that's coming out in the upcoming weeks, obviously MLB The Show, that's going to be a game that's coming out on Game Pass. And then at the end of March, Diablo 4, which everybody said was not going to happen, it's happening, guys. Clearly, nobody pays attention to the fact that Microsoft just spent $68 billion on Activision Blizzard. So let's be realistic. That game was bound to come to Game Pass at some point. But apparently, it's coming out at the end of the month, which I mean is fine. I have it on PlayStation, so I'm really not. I'm not going to switch to the Xbox. I do have like 2 console setups in the house, which my wife probably hates at this point. I have my Xbox in my office. I have my PlayStation in our bedroom. It's just so when I game at night, if she's watching TV and they're sleeping and we want to kind of keep the cats inside, we kind of just transition everybody over there so I'll game over there. I'll do whatever. And then this is why my Xbox collects dust. Now I have a ton of games on my Xbox that I need to go and play and try to finish and really, close those out so I can have more space for when these games do drop on Game Pass in the coming future. But I think the main game I play on my Xbox is UFC 5 and FC 24. Now I did pick up some of the games off of Game Pass. Like I re-downloaded Dead Island, but I'm probably going to re-download Dead Island on PlayStation. So that's one of those things there, which it kind of gets a little hard, tedious. But Stalker, the whole entire Stalker expansion is now on Xbox from the old school versions as we await a release date for Stalker 2. Which I believe is at its finishing stages. I don't know if they're June or July. I can't remember what the date was, but I know that they're releasing this year. So that's pretty exciting. And that game does look really good. It definitely is going to be a game on my radar. Also, still in some gaming news, looks like Xbox is allowing PlayStation to get some ports over. So Hi-Fi Rush, and a few other games are going to be ported over. PlayStation's already kind of doing the what do you call it? The ads and stuff like that for Hi-Fi Rush right now. So we'll kind of see as time goes on what gets released at what times. But I do believe a lot of the core games that Microsoft has right now, like the Starfields, the Forzas, the traditional day one Xbox games aren't going to be ported over. I know that there was a negotiation going on in reference to games at some point. I don't know if that's even true, that they were willing to trade games. So PlayStation would trade Xbox some games, and then Xbox would trade PlayStation some games. So we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I mean, as a consumer, as a person who owns both consoles right now, like I said, I play my PlayStation more than I play my Xbox, which is okay. I mean, my Xbox has got some games on here that like sports wise that I don't have on the PlayStation, which is fine. But Game Pass is definitely where it's at. I account share with my brother, so we kind of share those games with Game Pass and then also on PlayStation. So I just have an abundance of shit just on my consoles. Um, but as of late, I haven't really had a lot of time to play games, so I try to pick up where I can to play for a little bit here and there to kind of pass time and just kind of wind down. And that's what I do at night. So if my wife goes to bed, I'll jump on the PlayStation and I'll play like a game of 2K, a game of Madden, or a couple matches of Call of Duty. Go to bed. It makes it easier. It makes it nice too because I can wind down faster. And then if I just get annoyed, I just go to bed. I say fuck it, whatever. I'm over it. But who I wish the way that you could do the streaming on the like the iPads and stuff for the Xbox, I wish it was a lot better because then I would play my Xbox from the bedroom. But that is a joke. Like it lags. It's worse than the PlayStation 1. Like when you do the PlayStation stuff, and I used to do it on my Mac, and I would have my PlayStation in my office, and I would just game off my Mac. There was lag, there was issues there, but not as bad as Xbox. Like once you start up that, it's bad. It's literally a waste of time. I don't know at any point if they're gonna fix it or if they're just gonna keep it the way it is, but it's really hard to play if you don't have good internet. And we have great internet, but it just lags. And then sometimes we'll just close out on accident. It'll just be like, whoops, sorry. We aired out the speed, speed issues, internet issues and shit. So I don't even try to do that. But on to some other stuff. Apparently, in more video game news here, sports video game as well. NCAA 25 got some more news that came out. They have 10,000 athletes signed for the NIL deal. So those guys, they'll get a copy of the game and they'll get $600 for their likeness. But I think there's more to the deal. I'm not 100% sure. But somebody came out and said that good old Archie Manning is passed on putting his likeness in the game, and he wants to focus on football because that's what he wants to do. Now, my thing is, okay, as a gamer and a huge fan of NCAA, like NCAA is going to come out and Madden will just, like I said in my first episode, Madden is just going to go to the fucking wayside. I'm not even going to care about Madden once this game comes out because I'm going to dive deep into a college dynasty and just have an abundance of fun there. But Archie, who the fuck died and made you God? Who the fuck died and said, no, Archie, you don't have to sign an NIL deal because who cares? You're a backup quarterback. Ewers is coming back. And once he leaves, it's going to be your show. But like, as fans, like, you're still going to be in the game, dude. You're just not going to have your name. Like, you'll be like Ben Reichers and not Archie Manning. So you're still going to be in the game. You should have just said, yeah, cool, I'll put my likeness in there. Like, you're not living inside the console, dude. This is not fucking Tron. Like, not Tron. So if you think that you're playing football in the fucking Xbox or the PlayStation or PC, you're in crack, dude. You're just focused on playing football, but you're still getting in the game either way, and that's sad. I mean, a lot of Texas fans are disappointed, and I don't blame them because you kind of want the authenticity. Like you want something that's going to be amazing. You want your team to be intact. You want these guys to sign this deal. Like we've been dying for a game like this since 2013, and here we are. kind of fishing in the water here. What do we have? I mean, all the stadiums, all the rights to the college teams and stuff, college football playoff, everything's done. They're already starting the announcing of who's going to be in the game, what they're doing. I know that a bunch of the college football guys did voice acting and stuff like that. So um, it's exciting. Like we're here. We're finally here. It's 2024. We're getting a brand new college football game. Now, reference to my last episode, I just hope it's not a reskin. But I mean, we'll see with that reveal in May when July release date. So I mean, it's up there. I hope that we I just hope it turns out good. It does not look like a Madden reskin, and then I could just stop buying Madden. I think that would probably be the best thing for me. Just NCAA and 2K, no Madden, just those two games will be good. Also, WWE 2K24 just recently came out. 40 years of WrestleMania. I grew up a fan of wrestling, so this is actually really cool. You get to see a lot of the representation from a lot of the old WrestleManias, a lot of player likenesses, like to a T. I mean, this game is fantastic. And a lot of people are stoked on it, minus the issues, like the legal issues. They removed Brock Lesnar from the game and Vince McMahon due to their ongoing lawsuits for, I think, sexual assault. So they had to pull them from the game, which is fine. I mean, who the fuck was going to play with Vince McMahon? The only Vince McMahon I would play with, honestly, do-rag Vince McMahon, but that shit, a lot of people would probably be like, nah, fuck that. She just killed Vince McMahon off the game, and well, he's gone, so he's not even in the game. And then Brock Lesnar was, I used to play as him on 2K22 and 23 a lot. I started a faction with him and like a bunch of other people. So they would come out when I was getting my ass beat, and they would like distract somebody, and then I would just start beating the shit out of people. Or they would tag team matches and stuff, and you can name the group. And it was, I think I named my group the Illuminatis, but I cannot remember who the fuck was in it. But that situation was super cool because you just basically do your own promotion stuff, and then you just keep going. Like it's like watching Raw and SmackDown and having the pay-per-views, but it's just the game version of it. But this one graphically looks amazing. I think a lot of the character stuff that they're doing is really good, and I think that the Superstar Pass is gonna have a Post Malone, CM Punk, Bubba Ray, the Dudleys. So both the Dudleys, and then a few others, Pat McAfee. So this Superstar character pack is actually looking promising. I didn't even know about the Post Malone shit, so I thought that was really cool. The CM Punk thing, obviously, CM Punk is back in WWE, but he's hurt. So unfortunately, right now, like I don't know how they're doing the releasing of the actual characters. So like I know they do like one per month or two per month. I can't even remember. I have not gotten anything WWE related like to Superstar packs in a while. I think the last thing that I got was the Steel books. And that was from like 21 and 22. I can't even remember. But I have like the Rey Mysterio Steel book from 22, I think. So, but this one, like, I don't even know. This one just came out under the radar. They just did the 40 years of WrestleMania. I think the last year's was a cooler concept in a sense because they did like the NWO thing. But guys, we're missing Sting. Like, we don't have Sting NWO like character at all. I don't even think they have the rights to him anymore because he's with the he was ACW. I can't remember. He's well, he just retired and his sons took over. But they don't have the rights to him anymore. So he's not in the game. I think the last time he was in the game was in 22. I think he was in 22. But now, I mean, they have all the NWO guys. To an extent, I still got to look into that because I can't remember if they even have like Buff Bagwell and shit. Fuck, I'm about to look into that. There's obviously a lot of wrestlers that are missing. Probably just due to the fact that they don't have the rights, or 2K didn't want to pay them the money that they wanted. So in the end, I think it's the catch-22 when you wanna do some shit like that. What else is going on in this world outside of this fucking Deadpool? Obviously, there's been rumors and all kinds of shit about cameos and who they had fly to London, and Bob Iger saying that this is going to be the best Marvel Cinematic movie they've had in years, and it's going to save the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think the only thing saving the Marvel Cinematic Universe is not Deadpool. It's the fact that Kevin Feige has the fucking reins back because Bob allowed him to have the reins back. The former CEO was a dumbass. He was a tool. He just wanted to push a bunch of fucking nonsense movies out, or try to make things cooler than they were. And this is why not a lot of people like what they've done over the past couple of years. By far, Guardians 2, Thor was okay. There was a lot of movies that were good, but they weren't what past movies were. And that's what I think, where they were just like baking them in the oven and then release them. Bake them, release it. And it's like, okay, that's why you got a ton of reshoots now. You got a ton of movies pushed back. You got fucking the cutting of entire scripts and restarting over, especially for like Blade and Daredevil, Born Again. Those shows, well, Blade, the movie, they were about to fucking lose Mahershala Ali because they couldn't get their shit together. The first dude had zero action in the movie, which it's a Blade movie. How the fuck are you not gonna have action? Then I guess the other person that was writing fucked it up, so they said scrap it. We're gonna get new writers. They get new writers. Mahershala Ali's happy, but for the best interest of the movie, it gets pushed. That's fine. Then you have Echo, which was just released. There you go. Take the fucking show. Which that show, I watched a couple episodes and I said, this is not what I want. Obviously, the show got okay reviews, but it wasn't the best. Then you start reading the Daredevil stuff. Daredevil Born Again literally got fucking flipped upside down and like tossed out the window. And they brought in new writers and they started from scratch and they brought back the original characters from the original show. So it was for the better. So Bob is really kind of seeing the aspect here of, we really can't just drop these movies as fast as we possibly can. Like, it takes time. The Marvel Cinematic Universe was starting to look like DC. But you can't fix that situation if you're pre-planning movies and you have names and you're gonna do this, you're gonna have these characters. The shit doesn't work when it's being rushed. Like, I think they're rushing Spider-Man 4. They're gonna rush the fact that they want to put Miles Morales in Spider-Man 4. That's because Tom Holland doesn't want to be Spider-Man anymore. He said it himself. Doesn't want to be Spider-Man. So Marvel has to kind of, has to feed the interest of the fans, but also has to be like, okay, let's reel it back in and let's see what we can do, because obviously there's going to be Ant-Man, Spider-Man, and Daredevil as like the city superheroes, like the ground level superheroes, versus, the announcement of Fantastic Four and that cast, so it's like they're trying to put the pieces together and then they're just trying to figure out how to handle it. And meanwhile, James Gunn is starting the DC universe, but no offense to like any huge DC fan. Like I love DC that have certain characters I love. That's a fucking mess, man. That is a fucking mess. Marvel is in the same fucking mess. As a grown ass comic book fan, I want things to be taken slow and not sped up in both cinematic universes. Like, look at fucking Todd McFarlane. How long has it been taking him to fucking complete the Spawn script? I mean, Jamie Foxx had a fucking stroke and almost died. He's still writing the script. But I bet you when that movie comes out, it's going to be a great fucking movie. It takes time. And I think things are being rushed. I think asking Hugh Jackman if he wants to come back as Wolverine for fucking Secret Wars, that's too much of a stretch. That's 2027, dude. Like, huh? Like, how are you going to continue this legacy? And we haven't even seen Deadpool, let alone get a long enough trailer to understand a small premise of the movie. I don't know what's going on. I mean, I read articles and I read into shit, but I can tell you right now, the best bet on the outside looking in, it looks like a fucking Deadpool kills the Fox cinematic universe. And then we're just going to go right in. They're going to fucking scissor into a new timeline. Cool. Deadpool 3, it's going to be great. But let's not put this movie on a pedestal and say it's going to save this fucking cinematic universe when it could come out and it could be mid. And I'm a Deadpool fan and I have the shit tatted on my arm. I'll tell you, if the movie comes out mid, it's because one or two things. Either there was a secret leash on Ryan Reynolds and everybody who's writing for Deadpool 3, and Disney doesn't want to let some of that shit fly, or that writer strike and the actor strike really kind of gave them the opportunity to say, like, a lot of the stuff that you were doing, you can't do it. That's why they have reshoots now. So nonetheless, like, there's a lot going on with this movie, and we don't have a synopsis. We don't have an actual trailer. We have a teaser that I've watched 100 times, and my excitement level just keeps going up and up and up and up. But I'm at my max because I don't want to read. This movie is the greatest movie in cinematic universe. We don't know that yet. You're gonna have Twitter finger fans out there. This fucking movie sucks. I hate Ryan Reynolds. Oh, what the fuck are we doing? Cinematic universe is ruined. Where's the You're gonna have those people. And the fucking, 45-year-old dude sitting in his mom's basement, fucking sending out tweets about how the movie sucked, and he's enraged and doesn't want to fucking handle business. He wants to talk shit about the movie and not give it its praise in certain situations. There's people out there like that. I mean, look at sports. If you're a fucking Cowboys fan, your season's over in fucking March. Your season's over. Like, and that's literally the memes. Cowboys have been eliminated from the playoffs. Like, there's assholes out there that do that. Now, like, is the shit funny? Absolutely. But again, if you're a fan or anything like that, then yeah, like, it leaves a little bit of a sore, and you're like, oh man, this sucks. Like, I don't want to get too hyped. Look at example on the fucking table here. The Dodgers. I'm a Dodgers fan. I'm excited for baseball, but I also have this impending, like, when October comes around, I have like this impending, like, I open up my phone and the Dodgers have been eliminated from postseason. Like, I have these feelings when it comes to my sports teams because I've been there. I know what it feels like to have the season start and we're fucked, man. Like, we're not going to win games. Now, all these big deals and all these things that have been going on, people are already talking shit. And it's like, oh, you built a super team only to get to October and get eliminated by the fucking Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks had a good baseball team. Diamondbacks are fucking young. Now, if you would have told me we got like eliminated by a fucking old fucking team with like 6 guys about to retire, then yeah, but there's a fucking problem. But this season's different. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I know I just completely 360-degree turned on you guys, but yeah, it's like I said, and movies, comic books, video games, sports, everybody has their free opinion, and that's fine. But you do have like the fucking 40-year-old virgins in their mom's basement talking shit. It's fucking ridiculous. Also, let's not overhype something. Let's dumb it down. Let's eliminate the hey, this is going to be the greatest movie, because that sets the expectations so high. Yes, is this movie going to break records? Probably. Is it going to be better than the first 2 Deadpool movies? Yes. Is it going to save the cinematic universe? No, it's not. Let's be realistic. If this was one movie to save it all, like, then it would leave doubters unfazed. Oh, sorry, can't do this. I don't want to fucking better not talk shit about the movie because it's the greatest movie. No, what we're doing is we're just creating mass chaos for these people to talk shit. So my expectations are at a max. I don't want to hear it anymore. Save it for July 26th. And when I come back on here and I'm in whatever episode I'm in, I'll tell you straight to you guys' camera face. I love the movie. It's going to save the universe. It's going to just, like, those words will never come out of my mouth. But I think at the end of the day, like, yeah, it's going to be a great movie, but it's not going to be the savior. It's not. We still have so many more movies that are going to be realistically could be better than this. This is just a movie that's giving our childhood dreams reality. So that's just my thought on that situation. Yes, my dog agrees. So also I wanted to talk about streams. So I'm gonna be bringing the streams back at some point. I'm gonna try to do them on like days off. I'm not entirely sure timing, but my days off, if I do not have anything going on and I have the time to do it, I'm gonna do it. So streams will be coming back. So this Nerds on Fire 1 at Twitch. I'll put everything out so you guys can get a hold of me on there. Give me a subscription, subscribe, follow, do whatever, and just be open to. I think I'm just gonna play like some sports games and sports games, Call of Duty, whatever. There's a lot of games that are out now, so I can definitely make a good stream out of it. Upcoming music. When this episode drops, it's either going to be pre-disappointment or post-disappointment. Vultures 2 by Kanye West and Ty Dolla Sign is supposedly coming out tonight at 10 o'clock, which would be 12 o'clock in fucking the East Coast. It's not coming out. I don't know why fans are continuing to push that boundary and say, yeah, it's going to come. Like, literally, Instagram feed is, can't wait for Vultures 2. Can't wait for Vultures 2. Can't wait for Vultures 2. It's not coming out. It'll be coming out in May. Like, I don't know why any of them give these album updates or these, like, they're doing a listening party in Phoenix tonight. They'll be in San Francisco. Kanye barely got his rights to be in big stadiums back from the help of his team. Like his team and other artists that would backdoor phone call somebody, say, hey, can we get you guys to open up the stadium so we can do this? Boom, boom, boom. And it's been done. So now we're going from like small scale stadiums now to the big ones. So I think it's Footprint Center tonight. And then they're going to Chase Arena in San Francisco, Oakland. I don't fucking remember. But they're going there tomorrow or the next day. I can't remember. But that's everything on my feed is about that fucking album. But nobody's talking about, anything else. There's really nothing else coming out. Like you have a remix from that Ford Bats dude and Drake. Okay, cool. I know Cage the Elephant has an album coming out. I know there's like a few other stuff, like a few more things that are coming out. Justin Timberlake is next week, so everybody's kind of waiting to see what that's going to sound like. He's been posting snippets on Instagram, but it's not going to give like I'm excited for the album. But again, a lot of people talk shit. You got the Britney people, her fan base is shitting all over him and whatever about something that happened, like fucking 20 years ago. I mean, I think we should just get over it. She's lost her mind, obviously, or if that's even her conspiracy theory. I don't know. I don't really care. Like, I don't care about like what artists have going on. Like, their lives are different than ours. I get that, but I just care. Like, if you're putting an album out, I'm gonna give it a listen. If it fucking sucks, it fucking sucks, man. And I'm gonna say it sucks. But again, I'm just waiting for these albums to come out. Vultures one was good. Was it great? I'm not gonna be the person that says it was mid. It was good, but they teased so many more songs before that didn't even make that fucking album that I was excited for. I would have took the time to listen to what they were originally doing the album with than now. Like this latest, the Vultures one is good, but it's not great. I mean, it's Kanye. He says something's gonna come out and it just doesn't come out. So again, guys, don't get your hopes up. It's probably not gonna be out at all. Enjoy that May release. Also, I've been trolling. Well, savage mode. Um, ah, uh, people are like saying like, what happened to the other things, other podcasts. Like, I'll tell you right here, they're fucking dead, man. They've been dead. I killed off the sports podcast because I had zero interest in doing that shit and want to compete with a bunch of other people who were doing the same thing. I don't like that's the one thing I sat here last year and was like, I don't give a fuck about this shit. I don't care. I had a podcast with my wife, still have that podcast, but that wasn't a priority of mine because I didn't want to get on here and try to play both sides of the field of talking about sports and whatever. Like I want to talk about everything. So yeah, I don't care for that. The run the pockets thing, yeah, I'm trolling. I'm trolling. I don't give a fuck. Like, what are you gonna do? You gonna be mad at me? Be mad at me. I'm a grown ass man. I'm throwing shade everywhere. Shit's funny. My personal opinion, it's funny. Because I can tell you right now, if somebody gets mad at me and they want to pick up the phone and try to call me, you ain't gonna get through. First off, we ain't cool like that. Second of all, like this shit was like that podcast. I brought other people on. So when the narrative gets changed and people start saying other shit and whatever, and I'm not gonna go into details because again, I'm not here for the drama and the beef and whatever. But I will throw shade your direction because again, shade was thrown my direction. My whole entire childhood friendship with a lot of these guys, like realistically, shade was thrown the whole fucking time. I still open the door, and I still to this day I look like a bitch because a lot of motherfuckers shut the door on my fucking face because they had no reason to. I'm not gonna get into that. What I will say is I allowed things to happen that shouldn't have happened. And I decided to be cool with the situation. And just one day, nobody had created differences. Nobody had issues with things. The podcast, nobody hit anybody up. It just died. Okay. Like, but months later, hey, can I get the this, and this, or whatever? It doesn't matter as to what it was. This shit was mine. Okay. The fucking podcast to begin with was mine. That's what I'm saying. When I say sign, deliver, dead. The motherfucking shit is dead. This will be the last time I talk about it because I'm just tired of people asking me fucking questions. So I will go in savage mode. All of 2024, I'm going fucking wild. I'm going to do the shit that I wanted to do on my fucking podcast because I'm not going to deal with anybody else trying to throw their shit in there. This isn't a fucking trash can. It's not a dump. I'm not with it. So, that being said, yes. Am I trolling? Fuck yeah. Am I talking shit? Absolutely. And you know why? Because the shit was mine. It's not like we were at a fucking, like, yes, I killed that shit. Who cares? Move along. We're done with it. That's that. So, if anybody else has questions for that podcast, it's 6 feet under. It's dead. Along with the sports podcast, along with the fucking podcast that didn't even make it into a fucking podcast. Premature podcast is what that was. So that's that. So that's why I'm out here trolling. And I'll continue to troll the whole fucking year. I don't give a shit. If people feel like they want to talk some shit, cool, man, talk some shit. I don't care anymore. That's that. So we're gonna end that one on that. So moving along. That was actually, it felt really good to get that out. So been holding that in for quite some time. I got years of irritation from stemming from that, and then just added shit for adulthood. But yeah, anyways, apparently Call of Duty is doing some sort of thing with what the fuck is it called? With King Kong. So I guess they released a skin for that. So that should be out now. I saw like the finishing move on it. That shit was tight. He just like chucks the dude in the air. The armor looks cool, so I mean, it's probably gonna be 3,000 COD points, but we'll see. What else was I gonna say here? And I went off the rails on that one. I was heated, yo. Bad Boys 4 wrapped. Super excited for that shit. I cannot wait for the fucking movie. We got to watch the first episode of Shogun. Yo, if y'all are sleeping on this show, stop sleeping on it. Especially if you like samurai shit. Don't sleep on that shit. It is really good. I actually really like the first episode. If you're a fan of Ghost of Tsushima, you're gonna be a fan of the show. Crazy. It's crazy good. But what else? Yeah. So I know. Let me see here. Towards the end of the show, I said we were gonna pick. All right, guys. So how I foresee this whole situation going here. Okay, so I mean this is a pretty good card. So I'm just gonna pick. I'm gonna say Barber. Barber wins this fight. I'm gonna go with O'Malley winning. This I think it's gonna go back and forth, but I think somebody I like Cheeto. I like Cheeto a lot, but I don't know. I just think the hype train for Sean O'Malley is big time. Gilbert Burns, Mandela. I'm gonna say Burns. Even though Jack Mandela is actually a really good fighter, he actually beat Kevin Holland, who is in the fight before them. I just think that Gilbert Burns is going to be a stronger fighter for sure. Also, Kevin Holland, Michael Venom Page. I love Kevin Holland as well, but Michael Venom Page is going to win that match. There's a lot to go along with that. With this, with that signing, Michael Venom Page is going to be in championship talks in the next. I give it 3 fights. After this Kevin Holland fight, it's going to be British on British, British on British crime for sure. At some point, I don't even know. I don't think they train. They don't train in the same gym or anything like that. I know they know each other, Leon Edwards and him, but well, I mean, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Almeida is gonna knock fucking Curtis Blades out. Almeida scares me. That dude is scary. Peter Yan's gonna win, and Rafael dos Anjos, I'm gonna say, wins that shit too. As far as this Poirier and Saint Denis fight, I will say this: if Saint Denis gasses out, Poirier wins that match. But if Saint Denis comes out and fucking handles business like everybody knows that he's going to, Poirier's in a lot of trouble. Like a lot of trouble. But it's gonna. I think this fight card is really good. Like I said earlier, it's one of the best cards. Also, my pick for the Ngannou and Anthony Joshua, I'm picking Ngannou knockout 5th round. And I don't really try to pick these fights because I just like watching it and seeing what's up. But yeah. We did get a new trailer today. Let me see here. This is one that I'm actually excited for. I don't even know if it's gonna do it. Weird. Okay. One of my favorite games in the fucking show trailer is finally out. Oh.
Hello there. I'm here to show you a wonderful place. A veritable Camelot, the nuclear age. Not made by God Almighty, but the working man.
I have that same bobblehead.
By purchasing a residence in a Vault-Tec vault today. Because if the worst should happen tomorrow, the world is going to need you to build a better day after.
I'm just waiting. I don't want to set the world on fire. Yeah, this shit is. Oh. Ooh.
The mission of the vaults should be important to everyone. To come up to the surface one day and restart civilization. Can you tell me what's happened in the last 200 years?
Holy shit. You're an actual vault dweller.
I am.
I thought all you dipshits were dead. What you're doing is insane.
Hey!
It isn't like the vault out there. It's big.
I just want to start.
I've had a rough week. Practically every person I've met up here has tried to kill me.
I'm simply going to harvest your organs.
You need to go home. You come from a world of rules, of laws. You should not be alone.
Why did you join the Brotherhood?
To hurt the people who hurt me?
People are going to come after you.
Ain't much stage cleanup here, Volty. Well, now that is a very small drop in a very, very large bucket of drugs. You look out at this wasteland, looks like chaos, but there's always somebody behind the wheel.
What is happening here?
Everyone wants to save the world. They just agree on how.
There you are, you little killer.
Oh, all episodes? Woo-hoo. Hey yo, what the fuck? I don't even know why the fuck that audio just clicked in and they just decided to play the video. Thanks, Dana from StreamYard. You just fucked my video up. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, guys, so that being said, I've made my mark today. I'm very excited that I got to do this episode. Right now, I'm currently reading this bad boy and this one here. So those are my two reads, and also kind of reading through this bad boy here. My brother got me this for Christmas, and I'm still reading through this bitch. Shit is sick. But yeah, guys. Also, I don't know if you guys have seen this. My wife got me the Marvel Uno for Christmas. Yo, check these fucking cards out. Check that shit out, yo. That's one of them, right? Doctor Strange. Fucking Miles Morales. Another Miles Morales. Another Doctor Strange. Holographic. Shit is sick. That and then what else did I get? I'm over here fucking show and tell time, baby. Oh, yeah, so most recently found my Wolverine. My Beast. Storm. There's one more thing that I was going to show everybody on the podcast. Oh, yeah, I forgot to show y'all my trip to Universal Studios, obviously. So I got this right here, and then that fucking store at Universal Studios, man. Straight up. Like, that's gonna go on this hat, I think. But that's not what I wanted to show you guys. Oh, actually, I have two more things here. It's typed on here. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but Theory 11 came out with some cards as well. So Theory 11 came out with an Avengers deck and a Batman deck. These fucking cards. They're playing cards. But like, check that out. The Batman deck, arguably some of the best. Like Theory 11 killed it with these cards. Especially like that Joker one, super sick. The Ace for Batman, just super sick. And then like even inside the box, which I'll show you guys real quick. My podcast became a show and tell podcast now, guys. Sorry. Got somebody damaged my box? Well, Theory 11, your boxes don't hold up very well, but why so serious? But yeah. I don't know if you guys are interested in seeing any of this stuff. I mean, I do collect a lot of the little small knick-knack stuff, but nothing low-key fans out there. But basically, I have a bunch of knick-knack stuff. I think is cool in my personal opinion. But yeah. Oh yeah, that's the other one. The other hard ass Joker here. The Don Dada. Mr. Infinity Gauntlet himself. But yeah, I forgot that I even had these. My office drawer is full of knickknacks and cool shit that I guess forgot that I had chilling. Definitely want to show that. Got the time to float. I'm actually making a board. I'll post it here soon. But all these comic books, papers here. Gotta do something with those. But yeah, that's this one's hard too. Yeah, so that's gonna do it for me, guys. It's been a pleasure. I'm gonna edit this, and we hit an hour. Holy fuck! Wild. All right, guys, I'm out.